Eagles and the Broncos. And it's coming up next on EA Sports.
Just across I-25 from downtown Denver, the usual 76,000 fans have made their way to Philip Power Field at Mile High, the home of the Broncos. The final 4 weeks of the NFL regular season is upon us. Welcome to the home stretch. Welcome to the booth. Mike Tirico with Greg Olson. Partner, it's week 15. Just feels like a horse race. We're at the top of the stretch. Now it's the sprint for home.
And up until this point, Mike, every team's goal is, can we be in the conversation for the playoffs in this final 4-week stretch? Where here we are. And if you've done that, well, man, there is nothing more exciting than playing NFL football at the end of the regular season when you're in playoff contention. But for those who aren't, this is where you have an opportunity as a player to extend your career, get invited back to training camp next season. A lot of teams' years are made at the end of the year, and a lot of individual players' careers are made down the stretch here in these final couple weeks.
Jaleel McLaughlin now on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here comes the Denver offense, set to take over for the first time. They'll be led by the man from Oregon who started his career at Auburn, quarterback Bo Nix.
He's coming off one of those games, Mike, where he just wasn't good enough. I mean, he wasn't bad by any stretch of the imagination. He was good at times. He just wasn't good enough times. And I think when you're playing the quarterback position and all of the focus is on you, your play has such a direct correlation between wins and losses that when you don't play your best, the magnifying glass is on you. So he needs to bounce back this week. He needs to be more productive in the passing game, generate more big plays, and then eliminate the turnovers. He cannot continue to throw the ball to the other team.
Here we go, set.
Second down. Nix. That's going to be caught. It's Marvin Mims. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. They'll go again with Williams. And he'll get this one across midfield. Brought down after a pickup of a half dozen. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Nix from the gun. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
On 4th down, here's Matt Araiza to punt. That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their quarterback, it's Jalen Hurts.
Going back and looking at last week's tape, just a little too up and down for my liking. It's hard to win consistently in the NFL, Mike, with your quarterback having good plays, bad plays, good weeks, bad weeks. You want to just level all of that out. Maybe you lose some of the highs, but you prevent some of the lows. And when he was good, he was really good. But when he was bad, those are the back-breaking plays that really are hard to overcome if you want to win consistently in this league.
16 yards on the game and a quick first down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
It finds the hands of Marquise Brown. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
First carry for Saquon Barkley. Wow! And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
Man in motion is Smith. Once again, it's Barkley. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's to the left side, hauled in by Leggett. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
We've now seen this quarterback show that he can beat you from both inside and now outside of the pocket. The ability to use his legs to flush out and buy time for his receivers. They uncover downfield, leads to a big pickup.
That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. That touchdown, number 11 on the year.
All week we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time, and what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket. Let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
The extra point by Elliott is good, and the Eagles will take a 7-0 lead. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Broncos offense, and Bo Nix getting ready to go back to work. And he's used his legs to great effect this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design, as you check out the league leaders in quarterback rushing yards. Nix now on 1st and 10. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. On the give, it's Williams. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Josh Sweat there on the tackle. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 7. So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. It's the Eagles with the early advantage. Greg and I back in Denver in just a moment. Here's 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, here's Nix. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success. The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
A pickup there of 19 yards. First down, Broncos.
Okay, ready? Here we go, set.
Throwing, Nix. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Here we go, here we go. Second.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he's going to be taken down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense getting. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
You have a tight end motioning left here. They'll run. It's Williams. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the plane, but a real solid gain on 1st and goal. Now, here's 2nd and goal.
Let's go. Check.
They'll try to run this one in. Trying to push the pile forward. He didn't even get to the 1-yard line. They stop him short. No gain. Once more from the 2. 3rd and goal.
This offense is finding out the hard way, Mike. There is just not a lot of room to operate against this defense down near the goal line.
They'll try to run it with Williams. And he is not going to get in. They make the tackle at the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up 4th and goal.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
Lutz's kick is good. And the Broncos are on the board just before halftime.
You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. And they love to find different ways to get him the football. Look there. He comes into this week 2nd in the NFL in receiving yards out of the backfield. This one to his big tight end, Uzomah.
Holding offense. Still 1st down.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Now, he'll air one out. And he will take this one in. 6 yards. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Elliott, good on the extra point. And the Eagles extend their advantage to 14-3. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. First and 10. Throwing is Nix. He'll get that to Javonte Williams. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Nix, now to throw it here on. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Now a timeout, Denver. That's their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. He's got that complete to Nuts. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. They'll throw. It's Nix. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. On first down, it's Hurts. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Now Jalen Hurts on second down. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
So, first and 10 here now at the 38. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. A throw there, caught by Legette. And they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line.
Gain of 16 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
Set to go now on first and 10. Hurts will try it again. And this ball batted away and incomplete. The pass intended for Xavier Legette. and it'll bring up second down.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second. Here's Jake Elliott now to try the field goal. This one from 54 yards out. Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles going to open up a 17-3 lead.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, where it was the visiting Cowboys who got the win on the road. Dak Prescott, over 300 yards passing in the victory with a couple of touchdown passes as well. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And this one going the visitors' way as the Cardinals have the lead in that one. Michael Wilson up near 100 yards receiving with a touchdown as well. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Green Bay Packers. Joe Burrow, strong in the victory as his guys run their record to 10-4 now with 2 weeks to go. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Now return coming from the 7. Now an opening past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense and running back Saquon Barkley heading back on the field. As we give you a look at the league's leaders in receiving touchdowns, you can see he's second best among NFL running backs at this point in the year. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
There's a lot of quarterbacks around the league that really struggle with this, Mike, but not this guy. A righty quarterback moving to his left. Your mechanics, your footwork, and your arm talent all have to align, and tell you what, he does it about as well as anybody around the league.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Zone route running, Mike, is very simple. Once you come off the line of scrimmage after the ball is snapped and you know it's zone coverage, as long as it's sort of in the area the quarterback expects you to be, my rule was just run where they're not. And when he throws it, catch it.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Again, Hurts. To the outside. Catch made by Brown. And it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They send the tight end in motion. They run out of the gun with Barkley. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. He'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And he'll work this into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line, taken down after a gain of 5.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Third and short, and Hurts will throw. He's got his man. That's Legette. And he's in. Xavier Legette. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That his second touchdown of the game. Numbers 11 and 12 on the season.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
The extra point by Elliott is good. And the Eagles extend to a 24-3 lead. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Here's a 2nd and 9.
Let's go now.
It's another run here for Williams. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
And this is a great example of why it's so important on defense to sprint to the ball. His ability to make people miss is hard for one guy to get him on the ground. But when you can get everybody to the ball, eventually you can take them down. And in this case, they do it for a loss.
Ready? Smith-Schuster, the man in motion. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's going to take this one all the way. 75 yards. Touchdown, Denver. Third down. My focus, Greg, was on picking up the first. That they go down the field and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and I don't think it was just your focus, Mike. I think in this case, it was the defense's focus. They're so worried about where that first down marker was that they allowed them to get that ball up and over the top for the deep strike touchdown.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. A return now from the 4. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts getting set for their next possession. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Devontae. Intended receiver, and that will lead to a second down.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his second incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Another great throw, and that's been the story as you check out these numbers. I mean, he has done everything this team has asked of him and more.
Here's 1st and 10. Now, Hurts. Quick throw, taken in. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
In motion, the tight end, Uzomah. So, both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end, Uzomah. They'll run straight ahead with Barkley.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll run it here with Saquon. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. Here's Hurts. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front. They're just trying to extend the lead here, and this is definitely one they're going to want to have back.
The Broncos offense ready to see what they can do. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Back to throw is Nix. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go.
To throw is Nix. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the 1st down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
That's taken in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he will have enough to pick up a 1st down.
It's a turnover on down.
The Eagles offense starting to trot out for this next possession. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air. And with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump.
Here's a handoff to Barkley. It's a pickup of 13 yards. Good for an Eagles 1st down.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Mike, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
A run up the middle with Barkley. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
Tight end going in motion here. Here's Barkley. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. 2nd down and 8. A run with Barkley. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4. And it leads to 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Now a screen set up for Barkley. And that screen slow to develop, and they rally to the ball and stop him. That will be no gain on the screen. Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles will extend their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
McLaughlin now on the return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Broncos offense ready to get back at it. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nick. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. On second down, it's Nix. Got it into the hands of Mims.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating. Same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Now or never, they'll throw on fourth. A throw right side is intercepted. Picked off by Quinyon Mitchell. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see. Can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll run the toss to Barkley. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
A 2nd down throw for Hurts. That'll be taken in by Barkley. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down coming up. Now whistles and timeout. Go figure. Not sure the point of this, but they're going to stop it. 4 seconds left in the game. Here we go. One final play. And he's going to be dropped. They get to him back at the 15-yard line. Oh, wait. Hold everything. A timeout has been called. It's seemingly pretty silly with 1 second left in the game.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
So it's a win here for the visiting Eagles. They're able to bounce back after a difficult loss a week